Need some suspension work and shocks and brakes, brake pads, lining, steering box, transmission, rear end.
Ka-chow.
Just don't see no cars! It works! I love this button!
Always remember, if you ain't first, you're last.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
All right, welcome back to the Unnamed Movie Car Podcast. Actually recording at you live from room 309 of our local hospital.
Yeah,
I have been in the hospital for 5 days.
Yeah.
I think this is day 5. I've lost track.
I
Hopefully.
think so.
Fingers crossed tomorrow is my final day.
Yeah.
But today we're talking about planes, trains, and automobiles. We were supposed to do this recording on Thanksgiving because it's a Thanksgiving movie.
It is definitely a Thanksgiving movie.
But I went into the hospital on Thanksgiving, and I've been here ever since. And so today I have had so much downtime, and you can probably hear
really
my
bad.
IV machine.
I can hear it ticking.
There you go.
There
my
we go.
IV machine in the background. So we decided I have so much downtime. I'm just waiting for procedures and stuff that we'd actually record an episode. So
Yeah,
here we are.
so-
We have. I wish you could see it, but there's probably HIPAA laws that
Right,
prevent
it's
us
very,
from showing
Very
the setup.
strange. Yeah.
But we are going to talk planes, trains, and automobiles.
yeah.
If you're new to the show, we wait 10 minutes before we talk about the movie in case you don't want spoilers.
Right, and then you will hear this.
Oh, it's fine. I don't have headphones in, so I can't
that's right.
hear it.
Well, that's the one thing. We're doing this very bare minimal.
Yeah, I don't have headphones.
We don't have our $150 million studio set up here.
Well, honestly.
This is probably more. This is probably the most expensive studio we've ever
I mean, just
recorded
looking at
in,
all the
so-
machines behind
Yeah.
me keeping me alive.
Yeah, this is.
So we wait till
crazy,
the 10
yeah.
minutes in case you don't want any spoilers and you change your mind, you want to watch it. But I thought today we would do a fun little intro
Yeah.
of a 3-car garage of movie cars.
Oh, right. I was supposed to think about that. I forgot.
All right, we'll take it kind of slow. So people
Okay.
sometimes do these like dream garages, or like you can
Yeah.
only have 3 cars the rest of your life, but it's like for $200,000, or like you have to buy a supercar, a pickup truck, a family car.
Yeah.
And so I thought it'd be fun to do with movie cars. So I will start off since you're probably still thinking.
I am definitely thinking. I'm sorry.
Number 1, first car I'd take from a movie car, for my 3-car garage. Now, also, this is the idea that you have to live with these 3 cars.
Right,
So you have
for
to
the
go to the
rest of your-
store, you have to go to the
yeah. So
doctor,
that's-
and these are the only 3 cars you can ever drive
That's
ever
a big
again.
deal.
And we've taken reliability out of it. So
Right,
like if you want
yeah.
a 1950s, like if you want Christine, which I don't know why you would, but if
Hey.
you want Christine, it's not going to be like, oh, you have to daily drive a 50s car that
Right.
now 70 years later is horribly
And it might break
unreliable.
down.
Right.
We're talking, so
Brand
take,
new, they all run.
take reliability out of
Number
the-
1.
Yeah. Okay.
The R34 GTR Skyline from The Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
Not the second movie.
Oh.
Not the silver one with the blue stripes. I think that looks ridiculous.
Okay.
The 4th
All right.
movie.
The 4th movie.
The Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
Not Fast and Furious. That's
Okay.
the first one. The Fast and the
The
Furious.
Fast and the Furious
is
okay.
the 4th one.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Is that with The Rock?
backwards? No. This is where they're racing cars through the border of Mexico.
Oh, and they go through the mountain.
Yes. Paul Walker drives a
Yeah,
blue
that's right.
R34. It's solid
right.
blue,
Uh-huh.
and it actually looks really, really good. I love GTRs.
Oh,
I couldn't think of
that's
a
good.
movie that has an R32 GTR, which is my favorite GTR. So I stuck with the R34
Okay.
from the Fast and Furious.
That's good.
What would be your first car that you'd want in your garage?
So you're talking about so easily hands down Ecto 1.
Okay.
Okay, so that is going to be, and the reason for that is the space in the back
Sure.
to haul things like Christmas
Proton
trees,
packs.
proton.
Yeah.
Well, not just proton packs. Of course, there would be proton
Yeah,
packs,
of course.
but Christmas trees, things like that.
Yeah.
So that would be, that'd probably be my first thing.
Okay.
And plus, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean that would just be cool to have.
So, all right, so that's good.
My second car,
Yeah.
Tony Soprano's Cadillac Escalade
What?
from The Sopranos. So in the later seasons, I want to say like season 6 and 7.
Did you watch The Sopranos?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did
know
this
that.
year. Yeah,
Okay,
I
all
just
right.
did this year.
All right, okay, cool. Yeah.
I love The Sopranos just because it is such a love letter to North Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
since I
get
work
that.
in North Jersey a lot,
Yeah.
it's like I actually like recognize places and like towns and stuff. And
Oh,
North
cool.
Jersey's just a special dirt hole place. It's great and terrible at the same time. But
But
I
isn't
watched
that where Mom grew up or something?
Yes,
She was born
exactly.
in
Yeah.
East Orange. Okay.
So it's a white Cadillac Escalade, second gen Escalade, which I
Yeah.
think is the best gen. It's built off the GMT 800 platform, which was like 2002 to 2008 Tahoes, GMC Yukon, Chevy Silverados, Cadillac Escalades. At the
Okay.
time, they were doing the Escalade EXT, which was the pickup truck version of the Escalade, if you remember those.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's
It's basically
right.
a Chevy Avalanche.
That's
I like
right.
Chevy Avalanche.
Right, okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
GMC had a version of the Avalanche,
Yeah.
but they had like the Sierras and the Yukons. I just think the GMT 800 is a great platform, and the second gen Escalade is like that's like the iconic Escalade.
Okay.
That was in Need for Speed Underground 2, and I mean that was like the quintessential Escalade.
Yeah.
So that would be my second pick. That would be the family car. That would be, probably the daily driver more so.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that.
Yeah.
That would be good.
What's your second pick?
now I've got to think fast. Excuse me. So so my second car would probably be crap. It might be the Bluesmobile. I've got giant cars.
Yeah.
Like I'm now thinking
Yeah.
I've got giant cars, but I mean the Bluesmobile was a 74 Dodge sedan or 75
74 Dodge Monaco, I think.
Yeah. We had a 76 Dodge Monaco. I grew up with that, and so that would be like it's a huge car.
Yeah.
It actually is a very huge car. Built like a tank, but it did rust out. So as we're saying, you don't have to worry about rust and
Yeah.
working and stuff. Yeah, that was a great car to have. It would just kind of swish on the highway,
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah,
and kind of
those were so boaty, and
yeah,
the power steering of that era was so over boosted.
yeah,
Where you could just like turn it with your pinky and do a
it's-
U-turn.
Yeah,
But I mean, the car was so big you weren't really doing a
No, it was like
tight
it was
U-turn.
like trying to turn the Titanic.
Yeah.
Man, that thing was huge. So
I'm very curious
Yeah.
what your third pick will be because you've been very vintage.
yeah, very much
oriented.
so. But
Um,
go ahead. Yeah.
Well, my final pick for my
Okay.
garage
Okay.
is the red Ram 2500 from Twister.
Oh.
Need a pickup truck.
Wow. Yeah.
I could
Okay.
take or leave the weather technology in the bed.
Yeah.
But it's a good solid truck. We had that truck essentially. We had the 1500 version of that truck.
Yeah.
It was a 97 Ram.
Yeah,
We had a 98,
yeah.
but 97 Ram. I just think that thing was just badass. And
Oh yeah.
you know,
No, it's great to have. Great
yeah,
to have a
fi-
truck.
I think they were 5.9 V8s. I don't think he had the diesel, which
Okay.
the diesels of those eras are unkillable. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind a diesel, but I think the red truck from Twister would probably be my go-to.
Okay.
So my garage is the R34 from Fast and Furious.
Okay. That's.
We're in the hospital and a baby was just born. There's
oh,
a-
I don't
they're
know if
playing
you can hear
Chime.
that. I'm going to try
Probably.
and see if I can crank it. Okay, that's what
They play
every
a
ti-
chime
every
throughout
time
the
a baby's
hospital when a
born.
baby's born.
I don't know if I caught it, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll see.
Um,
There's gonna be a lot of dead space in this.
So if you were
episode.
born today,
yeah,
happy
congratulations.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
So, yeah.
the R34 from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Tony
That's cool.
Sopranos,
Tony
Cadillac
Sopran-
Escalade,
Yeah.
and the Ram from Twister.
You have a very sensible garage.
That's what I was trying to
You're-
go for. I have a fun sports
Yeah.
car, which is the GTR.
Right.
I have the family 3-row SUV.
Yeah.
And then a pickup truck for hauling things.
Yeah.
What's your third?
So my third would this is totally impractical, but did you ever see the movie Stripes?
I know of it, but no.
There was a recreational vehicle, an RV that was
Oh.
fully loaded with rocket
Is that with
launchers.
Bill
and-
Murray?
yes, with
Yes.
Bill Murray
Yeah,
and who was the other guy? He was the other Ghostbuster.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
was in it. It was very cool. The reason why I say that is that actual RV, we took the same model RV to Florida and my family when my dad had to drive the RV down. That was, at the time, that was like the super cool RV.
Yeah.
And so mine are totally impractical. I mean, mine are like, and they're older.
I don't know.
ones,
I
but-
think you saved yourself a little bit with the RV.
yeah.
Because you just have two 70s car, or a 70s car, a 50s car, and an
Yeah.
RV.
Okay.
So speaking of which,
All
we
right.
have, it is time to discuss
All right.
the film.
All right, good.
So we're
let's
talking
do
about
that.
planes, trains, and automobiles today.
Yes.
Had you have seen it before?
Yes.
See, I didn't
Many,
realize
many,
I had
many
never
times.
seen it before. I'd seen clips.
Bits and pieces.
Yeah, bits and pieces.
Yeah.
What's your reaction now watching it again?
I pick up something new every time. I forgot, like, for instance, I forgot that Kevin Bacon is actually in this movie.
For like 10 seconds.
yeah,
but
for like 10 seconds, but he's in the movie, which is hilarious because he's like in every movie.
I think we have a trivia fact that he's like fourth billing too.
Is he really?
Yeah,
oh
something
my
like that.
gosh. Yeah, he plays a real jerk,
Yeah.
and it's awesome, and they do it very well. To me, the movie, like I say, I catch something new every time. By the way, you're probably going to hear my gown,
Oh yeah, he has to wear a protective gown because I'm potentially infectious.
yeah. So we'll
or
have
whatever.
to see about that.
Which I don't
or whatever.
think is true. I think it's fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah, real great.
It's just not a
ASMR going on.
bonfire, but
Yeah.
no. Anyway, so that's but yeah, so every time I watch it, I find something new. I've got a bunch of fun stuff about this movie, but
Yeah.
what did you think? Now, actually watching the whole movie, like you watched it start to finish, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
one sitting.
All right.
I liked it a lot. I
Yeah.
had always known of it, and what's funny is that I've referenced this movie a lot.
Have you really?
But just
well,
I had a travel day semi recently where it took like 13
Oh,
hours to get
yeah,
home when like
yeah.
it should have been 4 hours.
that's like your
And-
brother.
Right, and people say like, "Oh, how was getting home?" And I'm like, "Planes, trains, and automobiles."
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I had never. So I understood the concept. I know it was. I knew that the flight landed at a different spot and they had to rent a car. Did not even consider the train aspect.
Right.
They were getting on a train.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
But I knew the beats of it. I didn't know how it all worked together.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll get into something like that. I guess we could skip right to it. The "I like me" speech,
Yeah.
which is so iconic and so John
yeah.
Candy.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought that was at the end of the movie.
really?
Because I had
yeah.
seen
Well,
that
I
clip
guess-
before.
I
and
guess
like,
you would.
That
Yeah.
makes sense of like they've put up with each other for 3 days.
Right.
And like, no, it's like
It's near the
very
beginning. It's
early
very
on.
early. It's when they first get to the hotel room.
Yeah.
And they have to stay together, and there's only one bed.
Yeah.
And so, Steve Martin's character is like, he's had it throughout the entire movie. Like
Yeah.
everything is just.
Which I also have a sneaking suspicion. I have it written here. Don't love Steve Martin.
Oh, really?
I just feel like a lot of the times he's kind of an a-hole in some movies. And it's like, oh, it's for the comedic bit. But sometimes I'm like, is it? Like, it seems like he's just like actually being kind of a jerk a-hole. And I'm like,
It's-
oh, that might,
Yeah.
there's a hint of realism there.
Well,
or maybe he's the best actor I've ever seen.
Well, that's an interesting observation because in a lot of his movies, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, he does kind of play the a-hole guy, but there is the that's kind of how he presented on stage.
Yeah.
When he did his comedic tours and stuff, he was the wild and crazy guy. I mean, it was like over the top, just way, I don't know how to explain it, but basically he was
Yeah.
over the top and stuff. So I don't know. That's an interesting thing. I like Steve Martin. I grew up with Steve Martin.
Yeah,
But
Three
then
Amigos
at
and all
Three
that stuff.
all
See,
that
I
stuff.
know Steve Martin from Cheaper by the Dozen.
Oh boy, that's right.
Yeah, that's like, because
That's
we had that
right.
on DVD. I remember
Yeah.
the DVD did not have an image on it because it was a dual widescreen was on the back,
that's right.
and
Yes.
4:3 was on the front. That was
Right.
that weird era where
That-
like you flipped it over and now you had widescreen.
4:3.
And we had that
Yeah.
in the Pacifica.
Yeah.
We would watch that on road trips and whatnot. I'm sure you know every sound of Cheaper
yeah.
by the Dozen.
I know. Yeah. In fact, I don't think I've ever watched it, but I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've actually heard the movie like 5 times.
Yeah.
But that was Cheaper by the Dozen was the first movie we ever used in the Pacifica.
Yeah,
in
a
the-
Chrysler 2004 Chrysler
Yeah.
Pacifica.
which I
the
drove
DVD
here
player.
today.
Oh, did you?
I did.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's sitting in the garage. here.
God bless that thing.
Oh man, that thing has been a rock. That thing's been great.
Man, I've been trying to get you guys to get rid of it for years,
I know,
but
I know.
it still keeps working.
we literally the other day brought home a Christmas tree in it again.
Yeah.
So it's been
Yeah.
great. And
Other
yeah,
notes
so-
I thought it was interesting. Something you just don't see much of in movies is they show his plane ticket at the beginning where
Yeah.
he's going.
Yeah.
And then it like almost does a freeze frame and like highlights, like literally like the old ghost
Yes.
hunting shows.
Yes, exactly.
Like did you see it?
Did you see it?
Like they
Like the ring.
basically put a red ring around it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that just doesn't happen in modern movies. They
No.
would like show it in like an extreme close up,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I don't know, just present it in some other way. But like they freeze framed and like shadow
Well,
boxed
Right.
where
it
he
kind
was
of
going.
like a highlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the old movies, what they would do is you would see like a stream of light and everything else would be dark, and you'd see a stream of light where they want you to look on the page.
Yeah,
That's old. We're
Yeah.
talking like 30s, 40s movies where they really want to highlight something. But you're right. I never really thought about that. You're right. That's
Yeah.
a weird. That's a
I
weird
thought
thing
that
to
was
have
just
in
an
there.
interesting thing that like it's a style of filmmaking that you don't really see much of
is.
anymore,
It is.
and almost like it almost feels more spoon feeding to the audience than like now, which you would think a lot
It
of
is.
movies kind of spoon feed.
It is. But nowadays, there's a ton of things where they show a person's phone or they show the texting
Yeah.
between people because that's how we communicate
Right.
now. Back,
But it's just the shadow boxing. It was like
Yeah.
so
oh yeah, it was
like obvious.
Right.
Like I don't know, I guess like when you see a close up of someone's phone, like, hey, are you in Chicago, Illinois?
right.
But it's like you get it. It's not
No,
like
right.
pause,
It's- right.
freeze frame, zoom
it's
in.
not like a red arrow is
Right.
pointing to it and flashing and stuff like that.
The next one, this line actually made me laugh out loud
Yeah.
when he says, "You're a thief," and then he says, "Close, I'm an attorney."
yeah.
I actually laughed out loud at that. That was very,
Yeah,
very
that was
funny.
very funny. Great. I think a great job in casting people in this movie.
Yeah.
because they really nailed the personalities
Yeah.
and stuff, which I will, by the way, talk a little bit about in the, at some point I
Okay.
want to talk about. Yeah.
The next note that I had was a been there, done that hotel experience.
Yeah.
I think we've both traveled a fair amount in our lives,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I've definitely been in hotels where it's like things are falling off the
Oh.
wall, scratchy carpets.
like
like-
the paneling and stuff.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Well,
There was one the wallpaper was all curling, and it's
yeah.
just like
stains on the
man,
ceiling, which is
yeah.
like really bizarre and like,
Yeah.
ugh, don't want to know even what that stain is. I don't want to guess what that is. but
Yeah, I remember I went down to my girlfriend's school and we got a Days Inn motel,
Yeah.
and the only room left was like the honeymoon suite, and it was a carpeted,
Days in.
yes, carpeted
That's class.
bathtub. So the steps leading up to the bathtub were carpet.
Carpet.
Everything around the bathtub, it was a raised bathtub, was carpet.
Carpet.
On the edge of the bathtub, where you would like sit if you just dangled your feet in.
Was it like
carpet.
shag or was it like a
No,
short?
it was like the carpet you'd see on like a public bus.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
very short and like industrial.
Yeah.
But it was disgusting, and we went on the outside of it. It was $60 for the night. And we realized because we had like a bedroom and like a living room,
yeah.
and we went outside. There clearly used to be a second door. It clearly used to be two separate rooms.
What?
Because on the outside there's a door, and on the inside there's no door. So they literally just drywalled over a door. It was just bad. So like
Okay.
that, like seeing the scratchy motel in the movie, I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I've been there.
No,
many a times.
I have too, obviously, and In fact, I'm trying to find it here. Oh, so I took a picture of the screen. That's the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? So
Yeah.
when Steve Martin gets out of the shower, he's got this bathroom that he's
Yeah,
looking
it's all
at.
messy.
The reason I took a shot of it was I wanted to see exactly what stuff was in that dirty bathroom.
Oh yeah.
And if you look at it, there's like towels, of course, but there's 2 different bottles of Pepto-Bismol.
That's funny.
2 actual bottles. And then there's like hair tonic. There's all sorts of medicine bottles. There's Listerine, a full bottle of Listerine
Oh, wow,
in the front there. And there's all sorts of like hair care products and stuff. And I'm like going, how in the world would he have all of that stuff?
Yeah.
And get all that stuff out. Obviously, it was for comedic effect, but there was a lot of
Yeah.
junk. If you ever watch the movie, still take a still of that and take a look at what's on there. But you're
Yeah.
right. I've been in really bad motels where it's just it's been there, done that exactly.
Yeah.
So that's good.
The next one I had when he's trying to get a rental car at the airport, he goes on his whole effing
oh yeah.
FFF.
Right.
I thought it was the thing that stood out to me, which probably only stood out to me, was the fact that he's like an effing Mustang or an effing. He says Datsun,
Datsun, really?
Yeah.
He says Datsun,
which is funny because in 1984, Nissan changed their name from Datsun to Nissan in the American market. So
okay.
Nissan was Nissan across the world since its
Okay.
conception. When they launched in the United States, which was like in the late 50s,
yeah.
they didn't think it was going to go well.
Really?
So they changed the name to Datsun because if it flopped, they wouldn't ruin the Nissan
Gotcha.
name.
Yeah. Okay. I get you now.
So I just thought it was funny that it was kind of used as a punchline even 3 years after it had changed. You know what I mean? Like it's just like this outdated
Yeah.
term, but like Datsun
Yeah.
was like such a punchline of like,
Yeah.
oh, he drives a Datsun. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Which like hats off to Nissan. They pulled their name out of the gutter, which switching to Nissan sounds more regal.
Yeah, it
you
does. It does, yeah.
But I thought
But
that
I
was
always
funny.
liked the Datsuns, though.
Datsuns were great. The 510s were great. The 510 Bluebirds.
Wasn't it the Datsun 280Z?
Yeah.
Like,
so
that was a cool car.
Is the 240, 260, 280Z.
Yeah,
and then when it switched to Nissan, they switched to the 300ZX.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah,
in
that
84.
makes sense now. Yeah,
I just thought that was funny.
Very funny, yeah.
Really just one more note, because I already said I don't really love Steve Martin just as a general actor. And then the I Like Me speech happened way earlier than I thought.
A lot, yeah.
The last thing was that the second hotel was $42.50.
Okay.
In today's money,
Yeah.
it's $119.62,
Well,
which
that
is like
kind of tracks.
Yeah,
It
that
kinda,
kind of
like,
tracks. Like
it
any
does kinda-
sub $200 hotel room
Yeah.
is usually not
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
At least in today's money. Now,
Right.
if you listen to this 30 years from now and you're like, oh, $200 gets you, a gravel plot.
Yeah. No,
You know.
it's yeah, I can
Oh.
understand that, yeah.
I take that back. I have one more note before we get
sure,
into
sure, sure,
trivia
yeah.
and whatnot. I just started jotting down and I lost track, but instances where modern technology would have fixed all of this.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's such, I don't know why, but 80s movies were just like such like chain of event movies.
Yeah.
And if
well,
a
this
lot
is
of them,
definitely like that.
if like just one person would have like spoken up or like, I always think of like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I
If
knew
his
you were going
parents
to go
were
there.
just
Yeah,
like,
I was thinking about that.
no, you have to go to school. Okay.
Roll credits.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Or like, Back to the
Yeah.
Future, or if, it just always felt like this like chain of events sort of movies.
True. Yeah.
So first of all, when he walks out and he's trying to get a taxi,
Yeah.
just order an Uber. And, like, it's your personal car. No one can take it unless you do an Uber pool.
So we're going to redo this
Right.
entire movie with modern. So
Yeah.
he just takes
So he's
an
in the
Uber.
boardroom, and then he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, my Uber's 5 minutes out. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving."
But he still left his gloves.
That is true.
There's nothing you can do about that. There's no technology that can save your gloves.
Yeah.
All right,
Earphones on the plane
Ah, yes.
when John Candy's trying to
right.
talk to him.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
could've solved
That was a good one. Yeah.
In-plane sky trackers. So he's like, I don't think we're landing in Chicago.
Oh.
Most planes have like screens in them now,
Yeah.
and you can track your flight path.
Okay.
And it gives you like hours till destination, your wind speed,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. You could have just been like, oh yeah, we're passing Chicago. I guess we're going somewhere
Yeah.
else. Or like, you know, they also would have probably announced that, I assume.
I would assume that.
And then the other ones were just like, you know, he's looking for a hotel. Just go to hotels.com.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
you'll find something. Or rental car stuff. You could use Turo.
Sure.
Or just like when all of his stuff gets burned up, he
Oh,
could
yeah.
use his Apple Wallet and just have his card saved and tap to pay. And,
Right.
you know.
Well, if his phone didn't blow up,
if his phone didn't roast in the
because-
car.
right, because now that would have been the thing. So, by the way, speaking of that whole idea,
Yeah.
you know who made this movie?
Yes. I forgot to say it at the beginning, and
Yeah.
it's escaping me. He did Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
Yes,
16
exact-
Candles,
yes.
Breakfast Club,
Yes.
From Chicago,
Yes.
John Hughes.
Very good.
John Hughes.
You,
Thank
wow,
you.
I didn't even have to say
Yeah.
it. That's good.
Because he also did Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Did he? The first or the
I
Christmas
believe-
Vacation? Okay, I don't
ooh.
know. I don't
Whichever
know.
one had the family truckster.
Oh, that was the first one. That
Because
was National Lampoon's Vacation.
He made the car in this movie mimic the family truckster. It's green with wood paneling, which we'll get to in a second.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a John Hughes movie, which I really, you know, for not growing up in the 80s, like John Hughes movies, grew up in Chicago though. So
Yeah,
like
right.
they've always kind of been like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Like you see the Cubs game, and I remember going to Cubs games and
Yeah.
older, you know, 90s, early 2000s Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, and you see the Bean and the Lions and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I've
think-
always liked his movies always feel very homey, and they mostly take place in and around Chicago.
Right.
So it's
They
kind
do.
of easy to, you know.
Yeah, a lot of it was shot, I believe, in Illinois. In this.
Oh
movie.
yeah, yeah.
I think a lot of it.
I
was,
think it said the highway scenes were out in New York because there was
Okay.
a brand new highway that hadn't been opened yet, so
okay,
they were able to
that
kind of
makes
film
sense.
on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um,
That makes.
Did you have
sense.
any more notes on it? I'm sure you had a ton of notes actually.
So I have a couple interesting, like, I don't know if you want to call them notes, but I do have to say, though, every single time, and I know because I've watched the movie a dozen times, and I always get choked up when at the end of the movie
yeah,
because it's such a sad story, and yet it's so nice what, you know, Steve Martin's character does for him.
Yeah.
And it still chokes me up. But I love I love the way that they handled everything and the way they did it. Another interesting fun fact is that a friend of mine was in this movie.
Oh.
Yes. So remember the bus when they're on the bus
yes,
and the couple's making out.
yes.
The girl is Karen Meisinger, who I kind of grew up with.
Oh really?
She was friends with my sister. She was friends with my brother. She would come over all the time.
Yeah.
Just one of the nicest people
Oh,
you
wow.
would ever meet.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
And it was just bizarre. And I think because it was made around Chicago, I think just for fun, she tried
Yeah.
out or whatever. But she's just one of the nicest, sweetest people. And it's so funny when I watch the movie, it's totally not her. Like that is like the
Yeah.
polar opposite of her. But whenever I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's right. That's her.
Yeah, and that's her in the era because this was probably filmed in what, 86,
Yeah.
87
it was
release.
Probably, yeah.
And when did you graduate high school?
84, yeah.
Yeah, so wow, that's like
that was
right there.
right. So it was around that time, but again, super nice person. It's always fun to see her in
Yeah.
the movie. And if you look her up on IMDb, I think that's her only credit. for
Oh,
anything.
really?
So, yeah, I think she just did it for fun, and that
Yeah.
was it. But again, super nice person. But it's it's one of those things where I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember her coming over to the house and all that stuff, and it's just weird to think about that. But and then she was right there with Steve Martin,
Yeah.
and, you know, and John Candy and everything. It's
Huh.
just kind
I
of
didn't know that. That's
anyway,
funny.
so yeah, that is kind of funny. And then again, with all the stuff, I love the cop who tells him, "Yeah, I can't let you drive in
Yeah.
this car." Like he's like, "Do you think this is roadworthy?" He's like, "Yes, officer. I really do believe that this
Yeah.
is it's nothing to look at."
Yeah.
But it's,
Well,
it'll
it's
get you
funny.
there."
Yeah, what does it say? He's like, it's not a looker, but it'll get you there, or
Right.
something like that. Which he uses the same line in John Candy in, what's the bobsled movie?
Oh,
Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings.
Yeah, he uses that same line when they bring out the first bobsled.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because I was actually pulled over for the same thing. I once had an Oldsmobile Buick Delta 88.
I didn't know you had a Delta
Yes.
88.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was a Delta 88. I think it was. Anyway, my friend, it was their car. They sold it to me probably like for $50, and there was the seal around the windshield was bad, so I put duct tape around the windshield. Well, I got pulled over, and the cops like, yeah, that's not safe. And I said, well, it's not holding it on. It's just trying to keep the water out. And he's like, yeah, you can't do that, and got a ticket for that. So,
Wow.
yeah.
It's a miracle I haven't been pulled over in anything that like is remotely like that.
That was, I mean, and I was like, oh, wow, it's like a, okay, I did the little wow.
Oh, sure. I can't hear any of the sound effects.
So
I'm just gonna believe you.
Yeah. Anyway, so the but that was the reason I always laugh at that is because I felt the same way as John Candy. I'm like, no, sir. Yeah, this is a great car. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
anyway.
fair enough. Did you have other?
Not really. I mean, I enjoyed the movie and stuff, but go ahead.
It's a
if there's
fun.
other stuff,
I was thinking about it too. Like, there's not many Thanksgiving movies.
right. Very few.
So this is like a very nice.
Except maybe on Hallmark.
Well, I mean, Hallmark has everything.
Yeah, but you're right though. Thanksgiving movies.
We
there's
should
not
try to
many.
find a Hallmark movie that's semi-car related.
Ooh, that would be good.
Like where the lady from the big town marries the small town auto body mechanic.
I've got the one.
Okay.
I know what it is. I'm gonna have to find it, but it's a kind of a redo of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's these
Boats.
boats, mopeds, and bicycles, or something like.
jeez.
No, it's they're trying to get home.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas time, and they are trying to find different ways, and they all hilarity ensues as
Yeah.
they try and get across as they try and get home. But they do have many vehicles that a train, a plane, it's like a utility truck that they get. So actually, that would be a good movie for us, and it's more futuristic. So it's it's like now time.
Okay.
So that would
We'll have to do it.
I'll
Hallmark
have to
one.
dig that up. A
Yeah.
Hallmark one. That
Is
would
it still
be fun.
Thanksgiving?
It's not Thanksgiving. It's
It's
Christmas.
Flag Day.
It's
We really got to get home for
it's-
Flag
it's-
Day.
It's National Taco Day. So
What would be the worst holiday to
Worst-
do that for?
worst holiday would probably
Just like
be,
such a big event and like I have to get home for National Sibling Day.
or National Brownie or cookie.
Yeah.
There is a National Cookie
Yeah,
Day.
I mean there's a
It's
national every day is
Yeah.
a national
I
something.
have to
but-
get home for the cookie celebration.
Yeah.
It's important that I get home.
I need
for
to get
that.
back for my Memorial Day barbecue.
It's
Yeah.
it's the Black Friday shopping. No, well that's actually people do actually get all
Yeah.
excited about that, but no.
So the car in the
anyway.
movie, really the main car to
Yeah.
talk about, 1986, and I'm gonna take a picture of the time here.
Okay.
1986, Chrysler LeBaron Town and Country. So Town
Okay.
and Country was basically the convertible with the wood paneling. That was like that trim level.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them had like 2.2 liter turbo inline fours.
Did you say LeBaron?
Yeah, it's a LeBaron.
I've driven a LeBaron.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
So
yeah.
the reason I screenshot
Right.
the time, you should be seeing on screen a bunch of footage of the LeBarons that I've driven.
Oh, okay.
Because I actually drove
All right.
one with wood paneling.
yeah.
I drove I want to say 1986. It was personally owned by Lee Iacocca.
Really?
Yeah,
the one that you drove.
I drove his personal car. So I was invited
Wow.
up to Chrysler's 100th anniversary
wow.
in Detroit, Michigan.
That's
It was out
cool.
on Belle
Yeah.
Isle. If you're ever in Detroit, Belle Isle is a strip island that is in between Canada and Michigan. So like you have to go like onto a bridge. So it's
Really?
like just off the coast of Detroit. And it's owned by the city of Detroit.
Is it an actual island?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's
All
like
right.
the Detroit Yacht Club is on there, which Walter P. Chrysler was a part of.
Wow.
And it's like a bunch of like running paths and beaches and stuff. It's a really nice place. I highly recommend it. But Chrysler invited me up for their 100th anniversary celebration.
Yeah.
And so they let us ride in the first ever Chrysler, which was a
Wow.
1924 Chrysler 6.
Yeah.
Which Walter P. Chrysler built himself, which was very cool. It's the only one still remaining.
Wow.
It was the car that they pulled the sheet off of at the 1925 New York Auto Show.
Wow.
It was super cool.
Super cool. Yeah.
They let us ride in like a Chrysler Airflow.
Yeah.
They let us ride in a old town and country from the 40s
Yeah.
where the doors were actually made out of wood, not wood paneling. Like Chrysler
Wow.
bought a forest in Arkansas just to supply
forest?
Yeah, just to supply the wood for, because I always thought like it was all wood paneling.
Yeah.
That car, the doors are wood. Like there is no metal in the doors. The doors are wood
None
and the
at all?
trunk is wood. Yeah, everything else is
Wow.
metal, but
Wow.
they let us ride in the turbine car, which was super cool. The
Turbine.
Chrysler turbine car. It's powered by a jet turbine.
Did we see that somewhere?
Probably the Peterson.
Yeah.
Auto Museum?
Yeah, it was probably the Peterson Museum. Yeah.
They only
That
they
reminds
made
me.
like 100 of them, I think. What it
Okay.
reminds you of?
No. I for some reason when you say the turbo, I think we did actually see a car that was a turbo car. I don't know if that was the I want to say the Enclave. What was the Enclave? What was the place that closed down?
A place that closed down.
That had the auction.
Oh, the Claremont collection.
Claremont.
They
yeah.
might have had a turbine car. I don't remember.
I
The
don't
turbine car was super cool because it could
Very
be
cool.
run off of almost anything. So Chrysler runs theirs off of kerosene.
Really. Yeah.
But there's a famous story that the president of Mexico bought one and ran it on tequila and would drive
Oh my
around on
gosh.
tequila. And it revs up to like 20,000 RPM.
Yeah.
Super silent. It's a jet powered car. It's super cool.
It's quiet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like
Really?
like it's a jetliner. You
Why
know?
don't we have those?
It was incredibly expensive.
Okay.
So at the
Alright.
time, because this was in 1963, I think like the average car was like a nice like Cadillac was like $5,000 to $7,000.
Okay.
This was $14,000
Wow.
in
okay.
1960 whatever.
Okay. Gotcha.
But then
Interesting, yeah.
after the turbine car, they let us drive everything. So they let us drive a '76 Chrysler Cordoba.
Yeah. Wow.
Which was Ricardo Montalban's personal car.
Now that one, did it have the rich Corinthian leather?
So here's the thing.
Okay.
No.
No.
So Ricardo Montalban,
Yeah.
who was the spokesperson for the Corinthian
yeah.
leather, he's the guy
that
that's
was
the
the big
rich
deal.
Corinthian
Yeah.
leather.
Yeah.
They gave him a car, or they leased him a car for 3 years for free.
Yeah.
It did not have the rich Corinthian leather.
Wow.
Which, by the way, Corinthian leather is 100% made up.
Is it?
It is just leather. Chrysler made up the name Corinthian.
It's rich leather.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I got to drive Ricardo Montalban's personal car
That's cool.
because once his lease was up, they took it back. Then we got to drive the '86 LeBaron Turbo,
Yeah.
which was Lee Iacocca's personal car, which we'll get to, and that's the car from the movie that we're talking about. And then we got to drive a '93 Chrysler Town and Country minivan, and then like an '06 Chrysler 300 SRT8.
Well, you like the minivans, right?
I
mean,
love the
it's-
minivans.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
I wish I had more time with it.
Yeah.
Getting back to it.
Yeah.
The LeBaron was actually a very popular car. I'm sure you remember them in high school.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
The LeBaron
yeah.
was based off the K platform. It's called a
Okay.
K car, the letter K.
But that was like the Diplomat, wasn't the Diplomat a K car?
Diplomat was on it. New
Yeah.
Yorker was on it. The Dodge 6000 was on it.
By the way, there was a
Dodge
Diplomat.
Aries.
In the movie.
Oh yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
police car.
This movie is so good for 80s car spotting. I know it never was like intended for that,
Right.
but like
No, it is. You're right. It is. Good
there
for-
was like Tauruses or not Taurus, like
well, the New
well,
York
or-
scenes with all the cars
Yeah.
driving around. It's like everywhere.
yeah, that was super cool to see, and the old boxy Caprice taxis.
Yes. The the
Um,
Caprice taxis.
So the LeBaron in the movie was based off the K platform. So this was
Okay.
Chrysler's way to dig themselves out of debt. Because in
Okay.
the 1970s, everyone wanted small cars because of the oil crisis. Chrysler had the Dodge Omni and Plymouth Horizon.
Yeah, I remember those.
They weren't great. They were
Yeah.
really, and Chrysler says this themselves. They bought a bunch of Volkswagen Golfs and just tried to reverse engineer them. That's
Oh
why
my
they look
gosh.
identical to a
Well,
Golf.
they do. They do,
Um,
yeah.
and they didn't sell well, so they needed a good small car.
Yeah.
So they developed, and Lee Iacocca led the charge. He developed the K platform.
Okay.
So like the first like Dodge Grand Caravan, K platform. The LeBarons, K platform. The Dodge Aries, K platform. The Plymouth Reliant K cars, K platform.
So did the designers come to him and go, "Hey, look at this design"? And he goes, "K."
Basically, I mean,
it's like
what I
K.
always say is they do the Taco Bell method, where it's all the same parts. They just keep switching which shape it is.
It's a five main ingredients.
Yeah, like
It's
do you
the
remember
same
the
thing.
Dodge Rampage? Was that weird truck looking thing?
Yeah,
It was like a Dodge El Camino.
Right.
K platform.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, also fun fact about this movie: you know Tyrese Gibson paid to be in the movie? I thought about that the other day. That's a callback to our Transformers episode.
Yeah. That's
So
great.
these cars were everywhere. I mean, every rental company, like the LeBaron was the step up because it got standard leather, like pleated leather and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
But like they had Plymouth Reliant Ks, they had Dodge Aries, they had like Dodge 600s, Chrysler New Yorker, like all of these cars were just built off the same thing, and it made Chrysler a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like the rental cars, like this was such every driver's ed car was like a LeBaron or an Aries or something like that.
Aries, yeah.
Like a
Aries, I forgot about those.
Well,
yeah.
the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he drives a Dodge Aries.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think Ferris Bueller's mom has a LeBaron.
Might be. It could
So
be.
like very, very 80s. I mean, these things littered, and now I mean they're non-existent just
Yeah.
because they all rusted away or had issues or terrible Chrysler build quality per usual.
Yeah. That reminds me, was Ferris Bueller's Day Off, was Ferris Bueller's dad the same guy who was the co-worker of Steve Martin in the beginning? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm sure John Hughes just pulling from his pool.
Because there was a couple of people. Like,
Yeah. So I think this was a great choice of car, not necessarily because obviously at the time they're not trying to be like, oh, people remember the 80s for this, but it's like just like a very like it's like someone like using today like a Chevy Equinox.
Okay.
Every single Chevy Equinox is a rental car.
Really?
Every rental car fleet. Every time I fly into wherever,
Well, yeah.
they're like, "Do you want an Equinox?" And I go, "If I can't help it." Like if I can help not to. It's just the Equinoxes are just so soul crushing. But the LeBarons kind of were too.
I want a
Yeah.
Equinox.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
So I think this was just such a great like showing of the 80s of like these LeBarons. I mean, they pass 1 million LeBarons in the movie. I went through Internet Movie Card Database and I clicked Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and clicked LeBaron. Oh, sorry, my IV's yelling at me if I bend my arm too much.
That's right, exactly.
Beeps. You type in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on Internet Movie Card Database, and you click LeBaron, it gives you like 80 returns.
Oh my!
It's like in traffic, there's LeBaron. Behind the rental car place, there's 8 LeBarons.
Wow.
So it's just like one of those iconic cars, and now moving forward, it's
so like you said. So nowadays, you're talking about the Chevy Equinox would be like the one. Also, probably the Mazda CX-5 because that's all over the place.
Yeah, not as much in rental car fleets.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
like a
that's right.
bottom feeder
That's right.
car. Like they
Although-
sell a lot of them. But
Did you or Nick have the CX? No, Nick had the CX-5. That was his rental car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
his
wow, that's a
rental
nice
car,
rental
which
car.
is crazy. Yeah, it
I'd
is.
say that are like Model 3s, Tesla Model 3s.
Oh yeah, you're
Because
right, yeah.
Hertz Rent-A-Car bought 100,000 Model 3s.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to unload them because if you fly into a place, you don't want to rent an electric car.
Yeah.
Because you don't know where any of the
That is
chargers are.
very true.
And you have to return it with 100% charge. So you would return a rental car with a full tank of gas.
Yeah, that is very true. Wouldn't it be hilarious though if like Tesla sponsored a movie and they're all Cybertrucks everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
And in the future, people would be like, "What?
Yeah.
What the heck
I
was
am
that?"
I am planning to do a video at some point. I want to do a video like hook a GoPro on top of my car
Yeah.
and just drive around the car dealerships and talk about stuff
Oh, cool.
and then
yeah.
sit on it for 30 years.
Oh,
Just not
yeah,
release
yeah,
the
yeah.
video for 30
Yeah.
years till I'm in my 50s.
Yeah.
And just put out the video of like, here's what normal because I love looking at like early 90s and
Yeah.
late 80s like dealership videos.
Come on down. We've got all the great deals.
Well, that yes, but also like you see all these like brand new Nissan 240 SXs.
Yeah, brand new.
Well, I think of Hands on
That's
a
true.
Hard Body.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite
Yeah,
parts
that-
of that movie was just
Yeah.
seeing like brand new 94 Nissans
Yeah.
not destroyed by stupid children who
Well,
drift cars.
What's funny that you say that too is that I actually had an old videotape that a friend of mine and I made for school,
Yeah.
and it was on an old. We made a copy on an old videotape. So after that, because it was only like a 3 or 5 minute video, after that there were commercials from car dealerships.
Oh wow.
It was really cool. I should
Yeah.
probably just give you the tape because it was really fun
Yeah.
to see. They're like, ooh, the Chrysler whatever it was from the
Yeah.
70s or 80s. Because it was probably late 80s.
Yeah.
So there's probably LeBarons. It was probably...
Well,
so
it's funny too
very
because
cool.
I'll see like old car commercials and it's like come on down to Dave's Pontiac Saturn Oldsmobile, and it's like oh man, like that's really
exactly.
that's an era right there.
Yeah.
'Cause that has to be past 1990, but before 2004,
Okay.
because Oldsmobile went out in 04 and Saturn wasn't founded till technically 89.
Oh.
So like
okay,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
funny
yeah,
seeing
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
no,
What were
you
gonna
go.
say? I was going to say shout outs. So
Oh yeah.
Bella the dog,
Yes,
and
Paul
Jory,
Shin.
and Paul Shin, and Joy
Yeah.
just saying hello because
Shout out everyone.
shout out
And
to
Craig Lieberman.
Craig Lieberman,
Probably
who did,
never watched an
who
episode.
did not who did not design this
Yeah.
car, this LeBaron for this.
So I
Was
thought
it
this
a-
was good car casting.
Was it a 4-door or was it a?
No,
I
it's
think
just a 2-door. It was because it was the convertible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how did the cigarette come back into the car if he flicked it out the window? I thought it went through the back window.
They did have like little rear like triangle windows
okay.
behind
so
that.
maybe that's
So
it.
maybe
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
those notoriously break. I have a buddy who has owned, per him saying, I can't confirm, but he said he's owned at least 50K cars. I mean,
Wow.
nowadays you could buy them for $800 and
Well,
whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
And he said he's owned probably 50K cars.
Yeah.
Of them, 2 have had working triangle windows.
Really?
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
most
so-
notorious
okay.
problem, to the
Interesting.
point where I went and filmed a 93 LeBaron, and the guy was showing me the car, and he was like, oh, by the way, the rear wing windows, I'm like, they don't roll down, do they? And he was like, no, how do you know that? I'm like, every single LeBaron has broken rear windows.
That's good. That's
So,
nice. So
Yeah, I mean, they were just like comically cheap cars.
Yeah.
But it works for this. Like if they, I don't know, if Steve Martin's character had like an upgrade to like a Lincoln Continental or town car or something,
Yeah.
it would have been less funny.
Yeah.
Like
right,
the whole
exactly,
seat gag where John Candy's messing and fiddling with the
That's
seat.
right.
It would have been a lot
exactly.
different if the Lincoln had
Yeah.
power seats.
Yeah, true.
Stuff like that. I think
Absolutely.
a lot of LeBarons actually did have power seats.
Okay.
I'm sure not all of them, but so it
Well,
was-
there was a lot in this movie that was just for fun. It
Yeah.
was, not there was.
And funny enough,
Yeah.
the car catches fire, all this stuff, and John Candy's character goes, "The radio still works. I can't believe it." The radio was like one of the first things to go out of those cars.
Really?
They are terrible
Really?
radios, awful radios.
Wow.
So like the fact that he was like, "It still works," I'm like, "There's no way." That thing
Right.
faults like if you look at it weird.
that is funny. That's the one thing that they say.
Yeah.
That's what he says. That's awesome.
But let me see if I have any other notes
All
here.
right.
We do have some trivia that is brought
Okay.
to you by, but in no way sponsored by IMDb.
Very good. Yeah.
Steve Martin was convinced to join the production after favoring 2 scenes that he had read from the script: the seat adjustment scene in the car and the F-word tirade at the car rental desk.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They also, John Hughes talked the actress who played the car rental lady. He talked her into doing the film during Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's right. Because
Yeah.
she was in Ferris Bueller's
She
Day
was
Off, too.
the secretary.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's funny. Yeah.
The exterior for the aircraft in flight is a reuse of the 707 flying through the storm from the movie Airplane,
No.
which was also released by Paramount Pictures. So they reused a very short like B-roll clip from
my gosh,
Airplane, which
from Airplane.
we should bend our own rules a little bit and do an episode on Airplane.
Yeah, we could. We could bring
The
Nick in.
unnamed travel
Yeah.
unnamed transportation
Yeah, I guess it would
vehicle
be
podcast.
the unnamed vehicle
Right,
podcast
yeah.
would be good. Yeah, that would be good. I like that. That's a good idea. We
Could
could
do
always
Top Gun too. We make the rules around here, so
Right,
it's unnamed for a reason.
Right.
But I thought that was funny.
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, man, you don't really see B-roll being reused anymore.
Not
except
really.
you do. The highway chase scene from Transformers where the bus splits in half and explodes,
Yeah.
that's from another Michael Bay movie.
Is it?
Yeah, they just basically added
Oh my
robots to it. And then
They're bad, like green screened robots.
Yeah.
You can see like the fringe,
Oh,
the green
basically.
fringe. Yeah, okay.
and then there's a scene from Cars 2
Mm-hmm.
where the fake electric spoiler for Cars 2. The electric car antagonist, who's not really an electric car, he's like crawling his way out of the jungle.
Yeah.
To like show he's like tough or whatever. There's like this like B-roll or like sizzle reel that they show of like who this guy is.
Okay.
He's like crawling his way out of the jungle. It is literally the exact background from I think the movie Up or something like that.
Oh, really?
Like
Okay.
literally Pixar
Yeah.
used like didn't even color grade it differently. It is like the exact same background. So that still happens,
That's
but
funny.
I guess
you
less
see some
frequently.
balloons in the background
Yeah.
and stuff. Like,
The
wait a
house.
minute, that's in the house and the balloons. Yeah. No, that's funny that they do that. Well, and you nowadays too with not only do you have like tons and tons of stock footage and B-roll, but you have AI.
Yeah.
So like, wow. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if you're going to be seeing stuff again. It would be hilarious if a movie just took clips
Yeah.
from another movie and that's all it was like
Just
mostly
build a movie out of something else.
Yeah.
According to the editor Paul Hirsch, the original cut of this movie was 3 hours and 40 minutes
Oh my
long.
gosh.
He and John Hughes edited it down to 2 hours. This version was test screened, and it was probably used to edit trailers for the film, which is why they show a lot of deleted scenes. The movie
okay.
was then edited down again to 1 hour and 33 minutes for theatrical release.
Yeah. that's
According
good.
to Hirsch, a 2-hour version still exists, but he doesn't know where it is.
Wow.
So that'd be cool to find a print
Would be.
of the 2-hour. I'm surprised with how popular the movie got that they
Yeah.
didn't do a director's cut.
Director's cut and an anniversary version
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I
He's
don't
not
know.
like George Lucas, who goes back and
it just adds stuff.
well, not only adds stuff, but just like does a million different versions.
Yeah,
Or
right.
what's the one
exactly.
that has like a million different? Tarantino does like the whole bloody affair and stuff like that.
Oh,
Or like director's cuts.
but didn't
and-
they do like with the Marvel or not Marvel? Didn't they do DC? It was like
the
Justice
Snyder
League.
cut?
Yeah, the Snyder
Zack
cut. Of,
Snyder, yeah.
of Justice League.
Yeah,
and
stuff like that. Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking.
They
of.
also did a couple different ones of Blade Runner. Blade Runner. There's like
That's
4 or
also what
5
I'm
different-
thinking
yeah.
of too. Yeah, it's
4 or
like
5 different versions.
theatrical New England. It's like, yeah, the Harrison Ford cut where they just added 40 minutes of. Yeah.
Yep.
So in the 3-hour cut of the film, the Braidwood Inn sequence was much longer, and then this is a
Okay.
couple of deleted scenes. Dell ordering a pizza and 6-pack of beer using the money that he takes out of Neil's wallet. This incident is mentioned
that's
in dialogue,
right.
but is not in the
Yes.
film.
Right.
He only gives the delivery boy $1 as a tip. The delivery boy then hangs out in the motel lobby, then returns to break into their room to rob them. The break-in scene remains in the final cut, but without
it
the
does.
context of who it is, making it seem like it was a random burglar.
Right.
Neil reluctantly eats the pizza, even though he had asked for a salad, which the pizza place didn't have, according to Dell. And then the other one is Dell opens a beer and sprays it all over the bed sheets since he left the 6-pack of beer on the vibrating bed mentioned in dialogue in the finished film.
That's right, and he does turn on the vibrating bed.
Yeah.
So, but you don't see the spraying of the beer and stuff. Interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know about
So,
that
like,
stuff. Yeah.
honestly, I felt like they should have kept the robber scene back in because that was one
Yeah.
scene where I was like, all right,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? Like, that is one of my biggest fears, like staying alone in a hotel.
Sure.
Like, someone will break in, but like in a hotel, like you would have to know who was in what room.
Yeah,
like,
you would. I think so.
There's so much that would go into that, unless you're just like kicking down every door or something like that, or like I don't know. But I felt like that actually would have added nice context of like Dell being cheap, you know?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree completely with you. I was about to sneeze. That's why I was like.
Oh, gotcha.
I
think I heard someone outside the door. Someone might. So if you hear a pause.
Okay. Yeah, we might have to pause this.
The exterior of the rental car was designed to resemble that of Griswold's station wagon from John Hughes' previous production, National Lampoon's Vacation, 1983.
Yeah.
And then last one, the rental car from this film appears in Deadpool and Wolverine, the 2024 film.
No.
Scorched and abandoned in a desert wasteland at the end of time alongside Del Griffith's travel trunk. Deadpool actor Ryan Reynolds cites John Candy's career, planes, trains, and automobiles in particular, as a major inspiration for that film.
Really?
So, yeah, it makes a little cameo in a 2024 Deadpool movie.
Wow.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm going to have to like watch for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a very different Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
Very different from the first two.
I like it. I mean,
Yeah,
I like all of them.
I think I would actually like it more if I watched it again. Because
Yeah.
the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what? And I think I only saw it in the theater.
Yeah, and
So
I just love the cameos were great. Wesley Snipes coming in was hilarious.
yeah.
And all that stuff. So
That is true. I forgot about Wesley Snipes. That
Yeah.
is actually pretty cool. That is
yeah,
actually
and it
pretty
was
good.
also cool because he was in it for like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
But it now maintained the fact that he is the longest running Marvel character because
Oh.
they did Blade movies in the late 90s, and
That's
that's Marvel, and that was
I
before the
didn't know
Marvel
that was
Cinematic
Marvel.
Universe.
I
Yeah,
didn't know it was Marvel.
yeah. Blade he was a Marvel superhero.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which Blade, I think, has like one of the coolest opening scenes
Yeah.
where they're in like the German techno and they're like all dancing and stuff, and then they turn on the sprinklers and blood comes out of the sprinklers,
Oh,
and the
yeah,
one dude
that's right.
isn't a vampire, and he's like, "The heck
Freaking
is
out, yeah.
happening?"
Yeah.
And then the elevator doors open and it's Wesley Snipes, and
Yeah.
everyone's
Yeah.
like, "The Daywalker,
The day.
the Daywalker," because as I'm sure you find out later, he is a vampire, but
Yeah.
he hunts vampires.
Right.
So
That's very interesting.
anyway, I don't
Yep.
think we'll be featuring that.
Oh,
Any
there's-
final thoughts here? I know we're running a little bit quick, but we are on a
Alright.
slight time crunch.
That is true. There's not too much. I love this movie. I would watch it again and again. And
Yeah.
just to me, it's like comfort food. It's kind
Yeah.
of like, it's great. And overall, it's very, very sentimental. I mean, I used to ride the L all the time, and so at the end of the movie when he's riding the L, that brings back
Oh
so
yeah,
many
because you were
memories.
also riding the L like kind of in that era.
Yeah, I was.
Like too. Like that's the thing about John Hughes movies is like, I think Chicago looks very different now.
Yeah,
I mean
it
obviously
does.
the old
It does.
1930s buildings are still there, but like
Yeah.
it just has a different vibe to it. Where the John Hughes movies is very much the vibe that I remember when you would take us into the city like
Oh,
real
yeah.
young.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, and I remember the one time I took you guys on the red line, which was kind of scary, but
A questionable decision in
Yeah,
hindsight,
well,
but we lived.
there was a lot of questionable decisions, but
Yeah.
no, it was fun. I did take you guys down there, and then we took the L over to where I was
Yeah.
working at the time, which was cool. But yeah, I mean, so that reminded me of it. It was great that, it's just a very nice movie, and I mean, it's so over the top with so many parts of it and
Yeah.
stuff. But again, it's very interesting. So, would you change the channel?
I wouldn't change the channel. I don't know if I would sit down and watch it all the way through.
Sure.
Unless it was like the week before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Like if it was on like VH1 or TBS or whatever.
yeah.
In my hospital room, TBS did 24 hours of Elf.
That's right.
I watched
Did you
it
watch it?
back to back to back.
Oh my god.
I watched at least 3 Elves.
Did you see where like they're showing the credits and it goes into the little box in
Yeah,
the corner,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then the
It's
opening
the opening
credits,
credits. Yeah.
opening credits come up while
Yeah.
the closing credits are on.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. I watched it too. I was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh, that's right. That was
Yeah.
very funny. So that was. Good.
Um,
but would you? So you wouldn't change the channel, but you wouldn't necessarily watch it all the way through.
Unless it was Thanksgiving week, or like honestly, I'll give it up till Christmas. Like if
But-
it were right around now.
But did you like the movie? I
I
don't know
loved
if we.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like you said, it's a great comfort food movie, and it's just I don't know, it's nice. It's not. It's nice to watch a movie that like the fate of the world isn't resting
Yes.
on the shoulders of an
Right.
unknown
Yes.
hero. It's like it's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I bent
okay.
my arm again. It's
Yeah.
just nice to. I don't want to say like a low stakes movie because
Yeah.
it's not like low stakes, but it's also like it's not this like cataclysmic
No, it's not. You're
world
right.
is exploding.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just two guys, and it's a very real relationship. I think we all know someone like Neil, and we all know someone like
yes.
Dell.
Yes.
And
Exactly. Yes.
Just very relatable characters, and like
Yeah.
that guy that's just trying to get to the holidays and trying to skip out of work early, and
Yeah.
like very relatable.
Very relatable.
Great
Very-
car spotting if you're into
Yeah.
80s cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like if it were, the 4th of July, I don't know if that's what I would pick,
Right.
but it's definitely a classic. And like decorating the tree,
Yeah.
I'll put it on the background,
Yeah.
something like that. So
One other thing I forgot to mention, though, just a side thing, is in the very, very, very beginning of the movie, when it fades up from black, you hear a plane and then a train and then an automobile. You hear all three as the opening credits come up, and it says, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah.
You actually hear them, and I never noticed that before. But you actually hear a plane and then a train and then an automobile.
Oh,
So kind of
never
cool.
noticed
Listen for
that,
that for the
yeah.
first time. But yeah, and as for me, I might sit down and watch it. I
Yeah.
mean, because I really, really enjoy that. Again, it's like eating macaroni and cheese to me, which I don't know. Not for you, but I mean,
Oh, I love
for me, it's comfort food.
with cars. I always call cars like mid 2000 styling. I call 'em macaroni and cheese styling because
Yeah.
they're not outwardly pretty
Right.
cars from the 2000s,
Yeah,
but
they're not.
they just have this warm sense of nostalgia for me.
Sure.
Like I
Yeah.
love Kraft mac and cheese. It's what
yeah.
Mom made us all the time, and so it just it carries this like warm nostalgia. Maybe it's not the best. I don't think Kraft mac and cheese is really on the food pyramid, but
Not a lot of fiber in that.
yeah, no kidding.
But yeah.
But yeah, so like it's just one of those like kind of warming, mashed potatoes and gravy kind of movies.
Yeah.
So
I think it's good.
quick 30-second review of the Minecraft movie.
Oh,
I
yeah,
watched that
that's
and
right, you did?
awful.
Really? Because you were way into Minecraft.
And what's funny is the week before I got into the hospital, I refound my love for Minecraft.
Did
And
you? That's awesome.
One day I played it for like 10 hours. Like I really like sun up
Really?
to sundown played Minecraft.
Did you find your old version?
Still have it.
You still have it,
yeah.
and so you still have the buildings that have the markers.
I
right?
have a world that I started October 8th, 2011.
Wow.
I keep bending my arm.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why I did this, but I'm glad I did. Every building I built, I would put a plaque on the front that said, I would name the building and then established. So I was going through and it was like established like April of 2012.
That's
and
pretty cool.
It was cool too because that's when I was
13
on
years ago.
Yeah, May 2012. I was on David Letterman.
That's
and
right.
I built like a little news studio and named
Yeah.
it Letterman Studio.
And for those listening, he actually was. You
I was
were
on,
actually
David
on
Letterman
David
is
Letterman.
one of the kid scientists.
Yeah, that was
And,
awesome. I forgot about that.
But yeah, so I watched probably 50% of the Minecraft movie.
Wow.
It's so not geared towards me.
Okay.
Like
All right.
the first like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
I was like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Wow.
Truly terrible.
Wow.
And then I was like, well, let me look as a kid who has the Minecraft Legos and dressed up as Steve for Halloween.
Yeah.
And, like a kid
right.
who's going to be into it. And I'm like, oh, because like every performance is so over the top.
Okay. All
And
right.
it's so, the whole movie is so saturated. Like the colors are like
saturated that way.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like these like one-liners that like do not land for me. But to a kid, I could imagine like being in like junior high
Yeah.
and like, that would, going to school repeating what the zombie said.
Yeah.
Or Jennifer Coolidge hits a Minecraft villager in her car.
Okay.
And because the Minecraft villager accidentally gets through the portal to the real world. And I guess we could incorporate this. We could do an episode on it. Because she goes, I keep hitting people in my Jeep Grand Cherokee. And I'm like, A, why did they say the whole name? And B, she says she keeps hitting people.
Right.
And like to a kid, that's like the funniest line you can think of.
Does she have a problem hitting people?
I guess. And then she like tries to take the Minecraft villager to dinner to like make up for it. She's like, it happened again.
Is he a blockhead?
He looks like a Minecraft guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was,
All right.
as I was laying here in bed, I also watched Talladega Nights.
Of course.
Great movie.
That's a great movie.
I watched The Other Guys.
Did we do Talladega Nights?
We did. I don't think we've done The Other Guys, which they have the red Prius, which is a pretty focal point.
No, we did The Other Guys.
Did we?
That. Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
did. Because remember,
Yeah.
I had the screenshot of the newspaper article.
I'm in the hospital for Alzheimer's.
No, he's not. So
No, just my body's failing.
yeah, whatever.
And then after that was also Will Ferrell, Get Hard, where he's a millionaire that gets framed and he has to go to jail, so he hires a guy to like
All right,
teach
so Kevin
him.
Hart, right? Yeah. So okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, interesting.
thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes, thank you for listening. Hope you all feel good. Out
Yeah,
there.
hope you're not in the hospital.
Right, exactly.
Don't know what our next movie's gonna be, but we'll figure it out.
Didn't we want to do like one of the Dukes of Hazzard or something?
Ooh, yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
That would be a fun one.
We'll find something.
TV.
So-
we'll find something.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, I think.
Yeah, or something.
Something like that. I don't know. Go to Spotify. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.